Hello and welcome back to Blue Geek Sports on the Blue Geek Review channel. And today's video is a predictions preview for weekend number 2 of the Premier League season. Last weekend, Premier League back in big fashion. If you haven't already checked out my thoughts on all of last weekend's games, that went up on Monday. Now, let's get on with this weekend's predictions. And this weekend's games kick off on Saturday lunchtime with Cardiff against Newcastle. 2 weeks running, playing in the early Saturday game for Rafa Benitez's side. It's the first home game back in the top flight for Cardiff. Cardiff and Newcastle both coming on the back of defeats on the opening day. I think for this one, I think Newcastle will just be a bit too strong for Cardiff and maybe sneak it. But promoted sides at home, we saw the effect it had with Wolves last weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw, but as I said, I think Newcastle should win that one. There's 4 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday. First one is at Wembley, where Tottenham meet Fulham. Tottenham, unfortunately, have had to delay when they can play the first league game at their new ground. And it's also meant that the NFL have had to switch the regular season game that was due to be played at the new Tottenham ground back to Wembley as well. Tottenham fans, especially considering how they didn't bring anyone in the summer, not best pleased that they could be waiting until I think it's October before they can finally have a home game at their new ground. But Wembley did serve them well last season, and they begin against Fulham, another 2 weeks running London derby for Savisa Jakanovic's side. They were unfortunate to lose last week at home to Crystal Palace, and I don't really see them getting results at Wembley. I think Tottenham should make it 2 wins out of 2. So yeah, that's that one. First home game of the season for Manuel Pellegrini and West Ham as they take on Bournemouth. This one could go either way. West Ham coming off the back of 4-0 Harding at Anfield last Sunday. Bournemouth, of course, won their opening game against Cardiff. I think the Hammers might just edge this one by a narrow margin, maybe 1-0, 2-1, something like that. Wolves play their second game of the season at Leicester. Leicester coming off the back of that narrow defeat at Old Trafford last on the opening Friday. Wolves will be looking to follow up last week's draw with Everton. This one could go either way. I think a draw will probably be a fair result for this one. And speaking of Everton, my team, our first home game of the season is against Southampton. All of our deadline day signings are in training in some form. Yeremina has only joined the group today. Kitsuma and Bernard have been here since Monday. Andre Gomez has been here since Monday, but he is only doing light training work as he's still suffering from a hamstring injury. I would expect out of the four, possibly Zuma and Bernard will be in the squad for the game. Mina probably won't figure in the squad until next weekend. Southampton, bit of a drop draw for them against Burnley last Sunday. Of course, we're coming off a draw as well at Wolves. Being biased, I think if we put the same level of performance in that we've done last week, should be a comfortable win. I'm going to go 2-0 to the Blues and a home debut goal for Richarlison among the scorers. The tea time game is the second big game of the season already, and again it features Arsenal as they travel to Stamford Bridge. First competitive home game for Maurizio Sarri. Arsenal coming off the back of a defeat to Manchester City last week. Chelsea had that comfortable win at Huddersfield. I can see a draw in this game. They met a week or so back, maybe 2 weeks. Apologies if the lighting fades in and out. It's actually quite sunny today here in Liverpool. I live at the my bedroom is near the back of the house, so it doesn't get a whole lot of lighting through. But I can see for this one a draw, I think, in this one. They've both got strengths, they both got weaknesses. I think 1-1, maybe 2-2 draw. So that's Saturday's games. On the Sunday, triple header of games. Champions Manchester City will be looking to make it 3 wins out of 3 if you count the win over Chelsea, as they take on Huddersfield at the Etihad. I can't see anything past the City win, even though there'll be a little bit under strength given the news of Kevin De Bruyne's injury. City should win this one comfortably. Burnley, who incredibly will be playing their 6th game of the season on Sunday, take on Watford. How Burnley will play will depend on how tonight's game goes against Istanbul Basaksehir in the Europa League. Provided he don't go to extra time again like they did against Aberdeen, I could see Burnley winning. A draw wouldn't particularly be a bad result for either side. And then the final game on Sunday sees Brighton take on Manchester United. United flattered to deceive against Leicester, and were a bit fortunate in the end to come away with the win. Brighton Brighton actually won this game last season, I believe. I could be wrong. If United don't come out the blocks early, I think Brighton will make it hard. But I think United might just sneak in, maybe a 1-0. And then the final game of the weekend comes on Monday night as Crystal Palace take on Liverpool. Palace on high again this week with the news that Wilfred Zaha signed a new contract. Liverpool coming off the back of that win over West Ham. Smart money would be the Reds making it 2 wins out of 2, but Palace seem to have the number in recent years. I can honestly see a Palace upset here. Maybe by a narrow margin, but I think Palace might just sneak it. So that is it. That is the my thoughts and predictions for this weekend's games. Unfortunately, there won't be a review of the Saturday and Sunday action coming on Monday. I'm actually taking a bit of a hiatus for a couple of weeks, so there won't be any live videos. I will be recording predictions videos for next weekend and the following weekend's Premier League games. They'll still be going up on the Thursday, but there won't be any content coming on Monday or the following Monday, as a bit of a change in circumstances. I have some things to do around the house during the week that's going to take up a lot of time. The following week, much the same. I should hopefully be on my new contracted hours by then. Of course, the Monday would have been the next Monday, a week on Monday, wouldn't have been any uploads anyway, due to the fact that it's a bank holiday here in the UK, and usually on a bank holiday I'd be working, so I wouldn't have any time anyway to get a video out. So the next time there'll be a review of Premier League action will be the 2 weeks on Monday, which will review that previous weekend's action. But that is it. That is it for this weekend's predictions. Comment down below what you think will happen in this weekend's games. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. This has been Blue Geek Sports on the Blue Geek Reviews channel. I've been the Blue Geek. Take care.